Thanks to the support as a channel member, Biff Gimble. Another year, another attempt at a cup run. I don't think we're going to make it to Wembley in the FA Cup just yet, but goodness me, is the money handy from these cup runs that we're getting quite good at. Hello and welcome to part 107 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the FA Cup third round tie at home against non-league Gateshead. We could be on the verge of going further in the FA Cup than we ever have before. We've also then got a league game against Newport, assuming we don't need a replay against Gateshead. If we do, we'll do both Gateshead matches. Since you were last with me, we've played a lot of football. I think the last episode, we were all the way back here in September, wanted to get a whole bunch of matches played. I'm very conscious. It's nearly September and we're still only in League One. The new Football Manager game is probably, what do you reckon, 6 weeks away? We need to be doing these seasons in like 3 or 4 episodes a season from now on. We're trying to ramp up the pace and at least get to the Premier League, at least get to Wembley. I don't know. It's a bit of a long shot. But as you can see, during this run of games, we did end up changing the tactic. We went quite a long time without a win in the league, 6 games without a win. We were just struggling to get anything going with a 4-2-4. Breeze wasn't really working as a second striker. Justinison didn't really make the step up to League One either. So he switched to a 4-2-3-1, really put the focus around Sean McHugh, which seems like a jolly good idea because he's currently the top scorer in League One, 17 goals from 25 matches. Switched to a 4-2-3-1 and it seems to have largely turned our fortunes around. I mean, we still have patches where we're not very good. We had a couple of defeats in a row there. We had 4 matches without a win there, but we're winning more games than we're losing and climbing up the league table. 27 matches played. We're 11th in the league, 36 points on the board, although only 6 points clear of the relegation zone. The relegation zone looking like a little bit of a challenge this year, but also importantly, only 7 points outside of the playoffs. We've got a game in hand on some of the teams above us. A playoff push isn't outside the realms of possibility for this season, although it's not really the goal. The plan for this season is to establish ourselves in League One, finish mid-table, and hopefully have a cup run to get some more money on the table. We've already got £500,000 in the bank. Prize money getting to this stage of the FA Cup is lovely, lovely, lovely. And Gateshead are in good form, better form than us, but 2 divisions below us. You'd like to think we should be able to make our way past them and get ourselves a big money away game in the 4th round of the FA Cup, bearing in mind as well, of course, we've never made it as far as the 4th round of the FA Cup in our history. Where is the FA Cup on here? There we go, the FA Cup. Furthest we've ever gone was the 3rd round last season. So I'd quite like to win here, please. And this is the team we're going to put out there to try and win. In goal, it's new club captain, Fraser Randall. I mean, we need a captain, and he's likely to play more often than not. So he is going to be starting in goal. It's a back 4. It's a little rotated. It's a little bit of a risk for a game like this, but we've got Bedard already away on holiday and lots of players struggling for fitness off the back of a very, very busy December. So against a non-league team, we're rotating the defence a little bit. Hopefully, I'm not going to end up regretting doing that, but it's Salucci at left back, Yoshihama and D'Souza in the middle, Hill at right back. And then Richardson and Shaibu in midfield, and a front 4 of Scanlon, Shehu, who's the guy who's benefited most from the tactical change. He's come in as our attacking midfielder. He's not outstanding, but he's definitely linking things together and involved in those attacking plays more than Breeze was when he was playing as the second striker to McHugh. Bunce on the right, and then McHugh up front, who, like I say, is the top scorer in the league. So fingers crossed his form carries over into a game against a team 2 divisions below us. Just cross everything, boys and girls. We want that 4th round spot in the FA Cup. The fans haven't exactly turned up, have they? Only 1,000 people have turned up for one of the bigger games in our history. I mean, it could lead to the biggest match in the history of the football club if we win it, but clearly the fans not as excited about that prospect as I am. They're less worried about the money. They don't seem to understand these cup runs. The cup run from last year is the reason we were able to put this squad of players together that's played as well as it has in League One. We used that money from last year to build this team. So we want more money so we can build an even better team for next year and maybe have a crack at getting into the Championship. That's the plan. That's not part of the plan. Going 1-0 down after less than 4 minutes definitely not on the agenda against a team from the division below us. I've got something in my teeth. Excuse me, boys and girls, while I remove whatever that is that's in my teeth. There we go. I hope that wasn't there for the intro. If I had something in my teeth for the intro, the fact that you can see it is all your fault. We could have had the lights much dimmer than this, but oh no, Kev's got to turn the lights on. Well, there you go. You've been rewarded for nagging about the lights with teeth gunk. I mean, it's all on you lot. That's definitely something that you've forced to happen. You never would have seen it in the old world of no lights. Bunce has got in behind here. If he can keep it in, he can. And there's McHugh. And it's an immediate reply 6 minutes later. I mean, it was the next highlight. That's immediate enough for me. It's lovely work from Bunce to keep the ball in, because it's not the best ball forward that's ever been played. It's a kind of hit and hope from Hill, but Bunce does manage to just keep it in and then plays it across, and McHugh is going to feed on that kind of thing all day long. He's not the top scorer in League One for nothing, boys and girls. Interestingly as well, McHugh is out of contract at Stoke at the end of the season, and he's only earning £400 a week with them. Lincoln are interested in signing him permanently, so there's always the danger that he could sign for them during this January transfer window and will be powerless to stop it happening. But if we get to the end of the season and Stoke do let his contract run down, there is the possibility, especially if we can make some money from a cup run, there is the possibility of bringing him in permanently, which would be awesome. Although we take that excitement with a pinch of salt, because obviously this time last year, we were all about doing that with Justinison. We got him on loan for a second season and haven't really used him. I mean, the switch to one striker certainly hasn't suited him. And yeah, I don't know. If we're in this league next year, obviously McHugh, very much a player that we would want back again. He's proven he can score lots of goals at this level. In the unlikely scenario we get promoted, he might not make that step up. But ultimately, if we get promoted, that's a nice problem to have, isn't it? We'll worry about that as a championship team. For now, let's worry about using him to get past Gateshead, get ourselves into the fourth round of the FA Cup, and hopefully go and make a big pile of cash. We've offered some encouragement to the boys, and it's still 1-1 early on in this second half. Nodded down to Shehu, and now Richardson plays it forward to Shaibu. Scanlon into McHugh. I've just realised I've got Shaibu in playing as a playmaker, haven't I? That's probably not his most useful role. Let's just shuffle the midfield around a little bit. There we go. Oh, there's a corner happening. Did I not pause while that was happening? Get Shaibu in his actual role. I don't normally make that mistake, boys and girls. Shaibu, to be fair, hasn't played a lot of football as part of this little run that we've been on. But he's back in the team today. Maybe we could have made Shehu a playmaker. We like to have a playmaker in the team. Let's make him a playmaker. Why am I not pausing again? Right, we need a goal. I think we go attacking here, because I don't want to go back to their place. They're a team who are in good form. They'll fancy themselves in a return fixture at their place. We are going to take off Shaibu. Stratton's going to come on. Scanlon can come off for Low on that left-hand side. And cross your fingers, boys and girls. Have we got a winner in us? We're going to demand more. We're 2 divisions better than this lot. I think it's fair to expect to beat them and demand more in a situation like this. Shehu now tiring, so Holder can come on for him. And we have got Justinison on the bench. Maybe. See, I'm tempted to throw him on. Could we go 2 up top? Rather than bringing Holder on, I think we'll actually do this. Get 2 up. And see if that gets us a little bit closer to making a breakthrough. Holder will have to hold on. Like it. Good work, Kev. Can we offer some more encouragement again? We can't. Come on. I want to encourage my boys. Bunce is tired. Right. Bunce is going to come off for Holder, and we'll go back to this shape. If I can get near the shape. There you go. McHugh goes out onto that side. Holder in behind Justinison. And we've got 5 minutes to make a breakthrough. Offer encouragement. Come on, boys. Somebody's got to have a winner for us. We've got to be better than Gateshead. What's going on? We are in slightly iffy form at the moment. We've only won 1 of our last 5. And it kind of showed there. I guess we're going to be playing Gateshead again in the second match of the episode. But first, I think we'll have the draw for the 4th round, so we'll know what we're playing for. So here we go then, draw for the 4th round. Obviously what we're looking for here, we know the drill by now. Away game against big team, where we can potentially make lots of money. Has anyone won a match in the third round yet? Goodness me. We're at home. In this case, we want a match we can win then. I mean, you know what? There could be a real cup run in the offing here, because if we make it past Gateshead, we've got 2 potentially beatable teams in the next round. Well, what's the prize money like for getting through to the 5th round of the FA Cup? We're going to make money the other way. So third round prize money is 107 grand. 4th round prize money, 122. And then we could get the big tie in the 5th round. Come on, cup run. We've got to beat Gateshead now. Well, in a little bit of shenanigans, the original replay was postponed because of bad weather, waterlogged pitch. So we're actually playing on Friday night. So we already know the prize is Reading in the next round. They've won their replay. They're in the relegation zone in the Championship, so very much beatable. But first, we have to make it past Gateshead. So no messing around with rotated teams. It's the strongest available 11 that we've got. Bedard is away on a little holiday after having played a lot of football in the first half of the season. But other than that, it is our first choice full strength team. Randall in goal, a back four of Bernard, Salucci, Lloyd and Edwards. Cole and Nkatha in midfield, Breeze, Shehu and Bunce behind McHugh up front. Let's get this team submitted and let's go and win. Let's get ourselves into the 4th round of the FA Cup for the first time in our history and get the 120 grand prize or whatever it was that goes with it. See, the Gateshead fans, a lot more excited than the Wembley fans were. 3,000 people have turned up for this one, and I imagine there's not very many fans have made the trip up from Wembley to go and hang out in Gateshead on a Friday evening. Maybe they have. Who knows? On the topic of big attendances, by the way, it seems like we're developing a local rival. Our home game in the league against Wimbledon, it was a nothing mid-table game. I think Wimbledon were like 15th in the league. We were similar kind of position. And it was a home game against Wimbledon. We got 6,000 fans turn up for that match. Wimbledon, obviously not known for having an enormous following. And it was double the attendance we got for the game against Sheffield United at home. So I think we've decided Wimbledon are our local rivals. They've not shown up on the club info page as local rivals. We still don't have any rivalries, any kind of derby on there. But I guess it does make sense. Wimbledon, geographically, fairly close to us, little club like we are. So it would make sense for a rivalry to develop with them. Obviously, we need them to continue to come up the leagues with us, though, for it to become a real rivalry. And then, of course, when we move back out to Wembley eventually, if we ever move back out to Wembley, we do get a little bit geographically further away from them again. But at the moment, we are pretty local, I think, in South London, where we are at the moment. Right, Breeze, playing it to Bernard. Now Nkatha, back to Breeze again. Plays it across, looking for Bunce, who goes past his man. Bunce has got a chance to shoot, and he does, and he scores. And that's us 1-0 up. 33 minutes on the clock, and it's a lovely finish from Bunce. Set up well from Breeze as well. Breeze has been treated a little harshly off the back of this system change that we've had. Lost the captaincy, lost his starting position, but possibly out here on the left-hand side is going to be a spot where he can establish himself. Certainly with Fenty injured at the moment. I think Fenty would probably be out there ahead of Breeze ordinarily, but Fenty's out for a month or so with a broken arm. Something to do with his arm that's somehow keeping him out for ages. I'm not really sure. He's not a goalkeeper. Don't know why an arm injury should keep him out for as long as it is, but it is. And Breeze is taking advantage and having a little run in the team on the left-hand side and created the goal for us there. McHugh's been a little bit quiet so far today, but that's fine. We'll save him for the league. As long as we do enough to get past Gateshead and set up that game against Reading in the next round, I'm happy. I don't care who does it, as long as we do it. 1-0 still, an hour gone. I want to drop a little bit of praise on them. Match momentum, everything's going our way. We're playing very well, but only 1 goal up. It's very, very risky to praise the boys in that kind of situation. So I won't. What I will do is look to the bench, bring on Justinison. McHugh can have a little bit of a rest. Cole can come off for Hill in midfield. And we'll also bring on D'Souza, who probably feels a little bit hard done by missing out on a starting spot today. D'Souza is this close to getting himself into the team, starting at either centre-back or right-back. He's pretty useful in both positions. He's kind of first reserve, although today Salucci got in ahead of him, so maybe second reserve. Shehu's going to come off, Lowe can come on, and Breeze can go in behind Justinison. And then for my final trick, I am going to take off Lloyd and bring on Yoshihama, centre-back, who's not played very much football at all this season, but he's been here a long time, an experienced player, never let us down. Please don't let us down today. We're fingertips away from the fourth round of the FA Cup for the first time in the club's history, and we are on the attack once more before the end of the game, although Gateshead win the ball back, and they've got in behind our on-rushing right-back here. See, I'm saying D'Souza's unlucky. D'Souza's the one who's created that chance for them by being massively out of position. To be fair, he's a wing-back on an attacking instruction. He's well within his rights to join the attack, and Bunce gave the ball away, but still, I have to pick on somebody, and I'm more likely to pick on my fringe players rather than my stars who score the goals that win us important matches. We're in the fourth round of the FA Cup. We should get our confirmation now of both the prize money and that is against Reading. An away game against Reading. Is it? No, it's a home game against Reading, isn't it? Either way, not likely to make much money from a game against Reading. However, we're a team mid-table in League One. They're a team struggling in the Championship. Dare we dream a little that we could be making our way into the fifth round of the FA Cup? The prize money's certainly jolly nice. We'll be back in the next episode and we'll be playing Reading. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.